INFJ children are a rare and unique breed of person. They account for just under 1% of the population in the United States, and they often report feeling odd or different as children. It's important to understand what it feels like to be an INFJ child so that we can help them reach their potential. Not sure what your child's personality type is? Take the questionnaire, the link in the description of this video. Welcome to Psych IQ. If you like what our channel is about, please consider subscribing. Here are 7 traits of the INFJ child. Number 1, a hesitancy to accept things for what they are. While most people confidently step out into their surroundings, for INFJs, it's a different story. They question everything from the walls, floors, and structures around them to what is an illusion and what is real. For INFJs, the overriding goal is to understand and explore the meanings of life beyond what can be experienced through the senses or within the confines of time itself. Most other children are focused on what's happening in present time, but INFJs are looking for clues about how everything fits together. What does it mean to exist in the now? For INFJs, childhood can be a particularly magical time. All children are blessed with imagination, and they are all still trying to figure out what's real and what's not. But INFJs take longer than other types to discern what's real and what's not. As children, many INFJs often wondered about the nature of reality and their place in it. For example, what holds the earth in the sky? Why is it held there? Why was I brought into existence? Number 2, a need to decode dreams. Introverted intuition is a process that INFJs use to look at symbols and imagery in their dreams. While other children might be content with this line of thinking, INFJs do not usually subscribe to it. Instead, they see the hidden meaning behind unconscious symbols and imagery. Introverted intuiting is the ability to perceive information that cannot be explained through our traditional 5 senses. This includes things like hunches, clairvoyance, abstract intuition, and messages from the unconscious. Introverted intuition is the only type of perception that is not reliant on the conscious mind. Although many INFJs experience strange feelings that seem psychic, there is usually a logical explanation for them. INFJs take dreams seriously, analyzing the symbols, images, and underlying themes to see if there are any messages that are important to them. Carl Jung, the founder of personality psychology, referred to introverted intuitives as the mystical dreamers of the world. Number 3, an ability to sense other people's emotions. INFJs are very sensitive to the emotional environment around them, which can make it difficult for them to deal with stress or anger in the workplace. They are also very empathetic children, which makes it especially difficult for them when they're surrounded by conflict or strong emotions. INFJs typically feel a lot of responsibility for the feelings of others, owing in part to their auxiliary function, extroverted feeling. This could be a source of stress for them as they are not used to dealing with this level of care frequently when they were younger. This type of personality has strong empathic abilities and is able to become aware of another's emotions or intentions, good or evil, even before that person is conscious of them. This ability can take the form of feeling the hidden distress or illnesses of others to an extent which is difficult for other types to comprehend. This empathy can sometimes be a gift, as they may know what is bothering someone and what to say to encourage them. However, it can also be a curse, as they may feel overwhelmed by emotions they don't understand because they aren't their own. INFJ children need plenty of time alone and an environment free of conflict in order to develop their natural abilities. Number 4, drawn to conflicts. INFJs are drawn to complexity on a continual basis, analyzing what people say to them for hidden meanings and intentions. If they're by themselves, they can get lost in their imagination and the outside world becomes silent to them. This can lead to one of 2 outcomes when speaking with them. Either they will listen or they will not. The INFJ's attention is drawn to the details of what was said in the first 2 minutes of a conversation, to the exclusion of other aspects. If they are playing on their own, they may be so lost in their imagination and ideas that they didn't realize you said something to them or gave them a direction. This can lead to them being very confused when they later get in trouble for not listening or paying attention to what was asked from them. Number 5, getting angry over interruptions. They often have a hard time switching gears in their childhood and adulthood. This can lead to them getting lost in their thoughts or becoming overwhelmed when trying to take on new tasks. They are usually very peaceful and focused when they are working, seeming to enter a meditative state where the rest of the world seems quiet. When someone interrupts them during these difficult times, they may seem annoyed, irritated, or overwhelmed. They may cast off their normally kind-hearted disposition and act surprisingly harsh or sarcastic because when they are in these states, their dominant function is introverted intuition rather than their feeling function, which comes second. It can take a while for people to revert back to the I'm around people, so I better tap into their feelings and needs phase. Number 6, the need for perfectionism. If you see an INFJ repeatedly throwing away their work, glaring angrily, it may be indicative of their perfectionism. They feel that it is stressful and time-consuming to bring their ideas out into the world. They often have complex projects in mind, and they don't think that simple ones will do. They can throw away, modify, adjust, and fix their projects so many times that they end up exhausted. If your INFJ child is working on a creative project, it's important to give them some space. If they're not happy with what they're doing, continue to give them space even if you feel like you have to step in. INFJs are very sensitive about their work and won't want feedback until they are ready for it. Most times when a person asks for feedback, they will want it right away. However, if they wait until they are ready to receive it, you should be supportive and give them specific compliments on what they have done well. If they want suggestions, be sure to mix criticism with praise for what they are doing well. Number 7, the feeling of loneliness. INFJs are typically quick to notice patterns and connections that others may not see. As they learn more about the world around them, they quickly realize that most people do not operate in the same way as they do. For example, many children don't wonder about the nature of reality or what this symbol might mean for their future. They are often very good at seeing visions in their mind, but when they try to explain them or share them with others, they may find that their vision comes across as confusing to others. They may feel like they know something very strongly and feel the need to tell someone about it, but often people will just be skeptical when they do. Many have experienced at least one time when they realize that the way they view the world isn't generally accepted or understood. They often find themselves learning to keep things inside and questioning everything that comes naturally to them. It is very rare for young INFJs to find a like-minded individual who understands them, shares their feelings, and trusts their insights. Parents of young INFJs should take them seriously, answer their questions, and not belittle their process or rush them along when they're trying to explain an insight. With encouragement and open-minded acceptance, INFJs can be activists and motivators for positive changes in the world. Please let us know your thoughts. What have your experiences been as a child? Do you see signs of your children possibly being an INFJ? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching.